Honored to have a herbal consultant with many years of expertise. She is a manufacturer of many products, healing products, and she is a known healer. Without further ado, I would love to introduce Sister Cuchy. First year she blessed us with some healing herbs that we sipped upon as she expounded upon the medicinal properties of all the herbs. Yes,
Yes, last year, and it was wonderful, and it's the same celebration. Friday at my radio program, I had to pick up Empress Menen and let the people know of the work that she had been doing, and I kind of broadcast the book that I have been reading for over and over. That's my inspiration. And one thing that I emphasize about our Empress, she valued the women and she valued education. So when the sister attorney at law mentioned that even when the brothers are falling short of the glory of God, the sisters can't stand for them, you have to remind them that they're still within the vibration, right sis? So we give thanks to be here just to give this information. So we just hail up our queen, for I'm more Empress Menen. That's my inspiration. One of the things that she said, war is no good. Just simple. War is no good. So when war is not within a country, and a country war is still within the family. As the sister said, a human is our strength, and we are the balance. So when he's acting up, or we're acting up, it's just good to just go to Empress Menen and His Majesty and just listen to the word that they have been putting forward to us. You don't see no negativity, no distension, just unity all the time. And if you read the book of Empress Menen, I didn't bring a copy with me. The words that His Majesty described as Empress Menen just bring tears to your eyes to know one woman can be so perfect. No matter how many times the brethren want to say she was married or wasn't married, that's not important. It's the work that she has done and the legacy that she has left us as the woman to walk this earth proud. You know? This is my very good sister. Her name is Fenton, and she's a holistic practitioner. She's one of my inspirations as well. And she pick up holistic health in terms of food. Food is our medicine. And many of us as Rastafari walk in this tribe, it's nice to say we are vegan, we are raw, we don't eat this and we don't eat that. But when you really examine the diet, might as well they just go and eat what they say they're not eating because they're not doing their body any justice. They're not putting the proper nutrient within their system to sustain life. Many sisters now have miscarriages, cancer, all kind of stuff in our community. Brethren, them are coming up with prostate cancer. How could you have a perfect diet and still coming up with all of these diseases that plaguing other people who are not eating healthy? So we are missing something. We are lacking the basic in our diet, or limit as you might call it. So Sister Jazz, she's an expert, traveled all over the world, studied in England, studied in Europe, and she has the pieces together when it comes to our structure and nutrition and the way we should deal with ourselves in terms of knowing it's not good enough to say I'm vegan, it's not good enough to say I'm vegetarian. I'm reading a book and I'm doing a 10-day, I just showed you that book, 10-day just going green. And when I started doing my research, I was like, damn, I would have been eating all of this stuff that I was told that I'm not supposed to eat. First of all, if you have thyroid condition, you can't go all green and all raw. It's not good for your thyroid gland. So I was kind of like checking this thing on and said, you know, you can't do all greens. You can't have broccoli, then you have, spinach, then you have kale, and you're doing all greens. Because raw green has a toxic in it that you have to cook to release it. So if you're doing 7 green vegetables, you're bringing that toxic within yourself, and it can only release when you're cooking it. You can cook it for 1 minute and then rinse it, but just doing all greens and juicing every single day is not a good thing. Scientifically, it's not a good thing. If you do your research, it's not a good thing. But we do take pride in saying, I am all raw and I am all green. But at the end of the day, we are dropping like flies. I worked in a hospital and I see people, all people coming into the hospital because they are all vegetarian and doing all greens and not balancing the food the way that they should balance it. So this sister She has a lot of information in terms of your digestive system. We weren't sure where we were going to go with this presentation, because when you eat the way that you should eat, and when you think about the illnesses and the food that's available to us, is so wide. So I wasn't sure, do we do detox, do we do immune, do we do children's blend, do we do women's blend, women's blend, women's men, we weren't sure. So we said, you know what, just not even speaking to Judge, she came over to the house and she said, this is what I'm going to do. And I said, my goodness, it's tied in what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the lymphatic system. And the lymphatic system is one of the area of detoxification that we can detoxify through that system, and it's one of the systems that's very important for us to know about and think about and do things about it. So Sister Giles decided that she was going to put the piece together in terms of your digestive system and the oils that you should use, and I would do the piece of the herbs that you should use for your lymphatic system. We have this particular blend, this blend. It has at least 15 different herbs in this little package. And all of the herbs in this package is for the lymphatic system. And you wouldn't know unless you study this herb how wonderful this is for your lymphatic system, to keep your immune system clean and to be working the way it should, and to keep your lymphatic system. It's a filter system to your body. It's under your arm, you have it around your neck, it's in your stomach, and it's in your groin. And you have to detox. We have detoxification organs in our body, and the lymphatic system is one of the most important ones that we have. So Sister Giles is going to put the piece together in terms of the food that we should be eating, and she comes very, very qualified. I mean, really, we work as a team. So when come to see us, she put the food together. I put the herbs together, and we just come with a complete diagnosis and diet for the person. Sometimes people don't know what is going on with them. They don't know. Food and herb healing of the nation, and it heals anything. I don't care what you have. If you really transform yourself in terms of your diet and pay attention, you can heal yourself, because the doctor, the best doctor is yourself. Nobody can cure you. When people come to me and they talk to me, Sister Cuchy, I'm sick, I want you to cure me. I can't cure you. I can give you information. That's all I can give you. And you can use the information to help yourself to cure yourself. But I don't cure you. But this sister, we feel the same way. We don't cure anyone. It's unfair for us to go around saying we're a doctor. We don't. We just have information, and we utilize the information to the best of our abilities. So,
for having us here this evening. Really appreciate it. Last time we were here was really, for me, an eye-opening experience, and it kind of showed me the people that I've surrounded myself with, because there's such purity that came from everyone who was here, from the little babies up. Everybody was open and accepting and inviting, if I may say so, and just, supportive. So I was really pleased when Sister Cuchy shared with me that we were going to come back this year. We're going to go into the lymphatic system, but I'd really like us to get to understand how the lymphatic system ends up being clogged and needs to be cleansed. Does anybody know what belly fat is?
Good. It's excessive unwanted fat.
Okay, how did it get there, do you know?
I would say by eating mostly fatty foods and not stretching and exercising.
Okay, so it's not so much fatty foods, but the degenerated foods, the processed foods. Fatty foods, yes, that will help, but there's more of the refined carbohydrates, and as I said, the processed foods, and a slow digestive system not chewing properly. So the food ends up sitting in your stomach, albeit for a very long time, and over time you keep getting this accumulation. If something has to happen to it. When you eat, you're supposed to go to the bathroom. You eat, you eliminate. So it's a nourishing and a cleansing process. When you don't do the cleansing process, that undissolved, absorbed food has to go somewhere. So it ends up in your gut. This is how your colon becomes blocked, by the way. And what happens in that is your body then has to figure out what to do with all of this stuff that's in there. So it then turns to fat and goes layer after layer after layer after layer. Also in that is a colon that is being blocked up. It's being clogged because there is feces that has been sitting for months and years, and you know, this is what happens. You expand, you can expand that way, you expand this way, and your brain clogs up too, because your body isn't getting the oxygen that it needs. Your brain can't function properly. You can't sleep properly. It affects everything. So one of the reasons that I wanted to do the belly fat is that really is the catalyst for almost every degenerative disease that people struggle with today. Arthritis, pain in the joints, that's clogged lymphatic system. It's the excess in your stomach, in your digestive system that has not been moved out. All of it, basically you created a nest for disease. That is what happens with the stomach. Now I say that, but we must also recognize that there were people who need to cleanse their digestive system who doesn't necessarily have a distended stomach, you know. But for the more people than not need, you can see it physically. It's not everyone that shows that. So just be mindful that we need to eat all of the areas of foods, fibrous, lots of fibrous foods, because the fiber is what cleanses the colon, that pushes it out. If you're having enough fiber, then the belly fat does not come into play, because in your eating, after each, you're going to the bathroom. I know we don't think of it that way, but that's exactly how the system is supposed to work. And when you are eating properly,
I want to ask you what basically is fiber.
fiber comes in vegetables. It looks like little threads, basically, once it's chewed up, or even just, for example, if you cut a broccoli stem, the outer layer, there's a hard green outer layer, and you cut into it and you'll see that's also fiber. The outer layer is the insoluble fiber, which would be the threads once it's chewed properly and it's devoid of liquid, right? Then the inside, that's softer, that is the fiber that is absorbable.
And this will keep people from having what we call hot bellies.
Once your system is functioning correctly, and you're eliminating and you're not overeating or eating the right things, if you're eating the wrong things, if you're eating lots of vegetables, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, these are all cruciferous vegetables, which really does not work for people, as Sister Cuchy says, for thyroids. But
So
you
if you have thyroid, I would advise you to do
the
hypothyroidism,
you should avoid cruciferous vegetables, basically, because that just compounds the problem. So you would have, I'm sorry?
The term you just used?
Sorry.
Cruciferous vegetables.
Well, can you,
So
can
you
you
got
rather let
different
her,
category
sorry,
of
can you let
vegetables.
her, we're pressing for time, so I understand. You can talk to us later, let her continue, and then, you know, I think I'm just gonna give her most of the time, I'm just gonna do 10 minutes, so. let her-
So I want to, because we have 3 parts that we want to move through, and I'm trying to give you a base on the belly fat so that you can begin to recognize the symptoms. One of the ways to know if you are chewing your food properly, which is important for the digestive system, when you go to the bathroom, turn around, look in the toilet, and you'll see either, like I just talked about, the fiber, that's just fiber, and it comes out, feels like it's coming out whole, but the moment it hits the water, it blooms. Okay? Because you have all that fiber, there's nothing to bind it together. Now when you're eating, let's say you went to the health food store and you got a Johnny cake, right? Or a bakes, as you call them, right? When you poop, your feces is all bounded up. When it goes into the water, it drops on bottom and it stays there bounded up. This is what's in your stomach when you do that day in and day out. Another way to tell if you are eliminating as you should, when you go to the bathroom and before you're finished, the first feces comes out, you hold your nose. You have to get up and open the window or the door or get out of the room. You know that your system is being compromised, right? Because what happens, the food is sitting there and it's rotting basically in your stomach. That's what that smell is, okay? And a lot of that comes from the fact too that you're eating the wrong things and also you're not chewing properly. Okay, Sister Cuchy laughs at me all the time and my sister because I will take an hour to eat a half a cup of rice because you have to chew. I have a rule for all of my clients basically. I start them off by chewing one teaspoon of whatever it is 60 times. Basically, the food that you eat gets absorbed once it's liquidized. If it's not liquidized in your mouth, which is your saliva, has a lot to do with that, right? With getting the absorption of the food and breaking it down. So when it goes in, the food can then goes to your liver and then it passes through to the other organs to get the nutrients that they need. So chewing 60 times each mouthful, 60 times is really important, okay? And people smile, but then what happens? You know, suppose you sat at a table and you had a plate of food, whatever it might be, and you get up and you're still hungry. And you get up in 15, 20 minutes after you sat down to eat. That tells me that you're not chewing properly. If you're not chewing properly, then your body cannot get the nutrients from that food, okay? Because it wasn't chewed. Now, yes, there are juices, gases in your system, digestive system, that should break down the food. But if the food is whole, those digestive juices are not going to break it down for you. You have to break it down, and then the juices finish the process, then the nutrients goes on to your liver. So this is how we end up with a distended stomach with gas and bloating, right? Constipation and so forth, okay? The other thing is you need your digestive juices to process the foods that you eat. When you drink, while you're eating, you're diluting the digestive juices. That also creates a situation where your body is not being able to process the food that you're eating, okay? So now we're going to go to the lymphatic system. And just let me just share I think I started off by saying that the reasons for the belly fat, one of the reasons we become ill, I'll just share a couple of the things with you. High blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, joint pain, obesity, lethargy or sluggishness, tired. You sleep, you wake up, you don't feel refreshed. Tension, shrinking of muscles. Your muscles are you're not being strong. Your muscles begin to change, because you're not getting the right amount of nutrients. You're probably also not exercising to keep them strong.
And the lymphatic system, anyone knows about the lymphatic system in here? We don't have any wrong and we don't have any right, just giving information.
Is it a swelling? Because I hear the word, I hear lymph, L-Y-N.
When you have a swelling, then there's a problem. The lymphatic system is what cleans and filters your body. That's what it is. And this is Jazz. She put a folder together, and you have the lymphatic system in this area. You have it all over your body, but really in this area, the lymph node, that's when women have breast cancer. When you go to the doctor to check your breast, they don't just start here. They will check here, because when there's swelling, that's not a good thing. You have a lymphatic system throughout your body, but then you have it in these joint areas. So when there's swelling, you have a swollen lymphatic system. Sometimes with men, it might be a prostate problem. You know, you might have prostate cancer, you might have prostatitis, which is also swelling. So that's what the lymphatic system is. What it does is that it really cleans your body. It holds on to the yuck and the dirt, and it just holds on to it, but then you cannot keep it, because you have to release it. So we're talking about cleaning the lymphatic system and just allowing your body to heal. So that's what it is. When you have a sluggish lymphatic system, eventually something's going to happen to you. Whether it is cancer, for us women, we have a lot of serious reproductive conditions. Infertility could be a problem. We have uterine cancer, we have ovarian cancer, we have cysts, we have fibroid, all kind of yucky stuff happen to us. They said for men, for the brothers, they usually have prostate problem, maybe a heart condition, maybe a little high blood pressure. But for women, it's like we hold on to a lot. Sometimes people expect us to be strong. We got to hold the family together. We have to work. We come home. I've known a sister who, and I'm not putting on the brother, you come home from work and you just sit and watch sport. She comes home from work, dinner is there, cooking, serving, taking care of the children, they're doing the homework. She's the last person to go to bed and the first to get up in most home. You know, not knocking anyone. So we take on someone. So when we as women get beaten down, and when our system is run down, we hold on to this toxic or reproductive organ toxic. That's why we have the breast cancer. That's why we have the uterine, the fibroid, the cyst, and you name it, because that's where we hold on to stuff that we cannot release it. So that's why it's important for us more than anyone else to have a clean lymphatic system to release. You know, release, we have organ of elimination, you know, so we have to release these things. So we put a blend together, and this is called, by the way, Sister Jazz, we just did that, we didn't finish. It's going on, what, 6 weeks? We met like so far 6-7 times with women who are doing the belly fat cleansing. But the belly fat is not, some of the women don't even have any belly, flat like a pancake, but they are taking the program because it's about not only the belly fat. While you're healing the belly fat, this is how smart our body is. This is how smart herbs are. If you need to lose weight and you take it, you're going to lose weight. If you don't, it's not going to allow you to lose weight. So people are taking this, even though it's called belly fat. For those of us that need to lose fat, we are going to lose the belly fat. But if you don't need to, the herbs is going to work wherever you need to lose weight or wherever you have a condition. So the women them are coming, they're coming from far, upstate, all over. And every Saturday we meet and we give them a lot of information. What Jazz does, She measured it, every part, the arm, the belly, the leg, and I'm telling you, these women are taking off their clothes, not naked, you know, to show us they are losing, and when they come in, you can see like the light is coming at you, the face so radiant, they're looking so beautiful, the skin, their hair growing, is getting thick. And this is just like almost like 6 weeks,
Yeah.
but they are in a strict, when I say strict, this sister don't play strict, I mean no nonsense. So we put this together, and I really want to talk about the first thing that I have in this lymphatic system is, I'm going to go with the first thing that I love so much. Start trying to look, everybody know that I love dandelion, right? So, and I just want you to know burdock, and I want you to know dandelion, right? This is called burdock. See how it's strong? I mean, it's really, really, really strong, right? Burdock grows deep down in the earth, not on the surface. Sister Aisha can attest to this, that we went to Queens and we were trying to dig some burdock up. We couldn't get it. Her uncle came and had to go in deep. We still couldn't get it. So we were there like almost all day and we didn't even get a lot. But you have a lot in the park. So this is burdock root, and it's strong. Very, very strong. And it's good for a lot of stuff. I can make this, I put it in my soup, I make it as tea. It cleans the liver, the kidney, the lymphatic system, your skin. It has a lot of minerals. As a matter of fact, I studied under this woman, and her name is Susan Reed. And she have a book, this book, only 4 herbs, dandelion, burdock, nettle, and chickweed. And the burdock within itself has like 30 pages of what it does and what it has in it. It has a lot of minerals, it has vitamin, it's a tonic for the mental health, circulation, it cleans, it gets fungus out of the body, it's good for cancer, it's good for fungus, it's good for skin condition. You can boil it and bathe in it, you can drink it all day. And this is how it makes you really strong and resilient, because this is what it's all about. And she has something that she said, this is Dr. Burdock, and she said, in an infusion, it's good for chronic allergy, nervous system, the blood, the bone, arthritis, rheumatism, varicose brain, your heart system, your nervous system, your skin, your hair, dandruff, any yuck that you want to release from your body. I have chosen burdock. It's good for the respiratory system. It's good for women. It loves women. It loves men. It loves emphysema. It loves the wheezing lungs, because it takes care of everything. It takes care of congestion and anything else that you don't think you need to have. It's a skin cleanser. Anything that cleans your blood, it's good for you. So the tea has, and I'm just going to give you this information so you can make your own tea. So you can just put some burdock root in there. And this book, like I said, it has one more in it that is called Dandelion. So this one is the where they go together and they love each other. She even have this is a dandelion root, this is a leaf, and they have, you know, white people are always inventing stuff. This is a dandelion, but they call it roasted dandelion. I don't normally do the roasted, but I tried it and it's very good. All they do is just roast it. This is a dandelion root, this is a dandelion leaf, and this is a burdock. Together, even if you don't want to use anything else in this table, and you use the dandelion, you want to do the root, you want to do this. So we're going to go the blood, the liver, the kidney, the heart, your skin, your mental health, fungus, gonorrhea, you know, syphilis, you name all the issues, and this would really take care of it. Dandelion and burdock combined together. And yes, people still have that kind of stuff, you know that, right? So these two combined together, and if you take it at night, you would stay the whole night going to the bathroom. Don't drink it at night if you don't want to stay, because it's cleaning your system, so you're getting up to urinate. And this is what dandelion and burdock does. And we have, this one is called calendula. There's some people who just love the calendula flowers. And calendula is good for infection, it's good for fungus, it's good for bacteria. And this is something that's very good. And I'm going to give you a little story about calendula. My daughter had transplant. She had kidney and she had pancreas transplant. Because she had diabetes for a very, very long time, over 30 years. She was in danger of losing her legs. Well, I'm not talking about one, I'm talking about both. She was so sick that the doctor said they have to amputate both of her legs. I said, absolutely not. This can't work. They don't believe in herbs, of course they don't. One of the best hospitals in New York, that's where she was going. So I gave her a lot of calendula. It got to the point where I couldn't give her any herb because her kidney she just had a transplant and it just does not work with the herbs. So I decided, all right, let me see how I can use it. So I called an herbalist that I studied under and I told her, I want to give my daughter this. She said, why don't you just wash your feet with it? I said, really? So she said, yes. So I got my burdock, which I love, but I put a lot of this and I put lavender. And I was washing my daughter's store, SiStah Ivy saw her. Was in bad shape. I mean, it's to the point that sometimes you walk in the house, you can smell it from the door. The doctor said to me, doesn't matter what you say. If I have to gamble, I have to amputate. And I said, I don't gamble, but I do believe in prayers and I do pray. So I came downstairs and I washed her toes. She was just, they was gonna amputate. Every single day I would get up 6 o'clock. I'm come and wash it, and this is what I did. I washed it with this, I put some burdock, I put a little bit of tea tree, and a little bit of lavender. And I washed my daughter's feet every single day. When we went back to the doctor, she didn't lose her leg, but she only lost one toe. How about that? We're talking about 2 legs. I can deal with that. We only deal with the 1 toe. And the doctor said, I don't know what you did, but continue doing it. And she had 1 toe gone, but she's studying to be a nurse. She's going to graduate next year, and she's fine. So we have this. Don't believe that this doesn't work. And I'm going to go fast. Another thing that we have in here, astragalus. Astragalus, and I see some little babies in here. Astragalus is good for the immune system. It's good for children. People think about echinacea. Echinacea you cannot do long term. But astragalus, they can do this every single day. And they don't need to be immunized. I don't immunize my children, and I don't believe in immunization. But astragalus is very good for the immune system. That is what is in this blend. Then we have...
Excuse me, you still use the water foot?
My daughter, she don't need to. Everything healed up. They just took off the toe. But it's just, that's what it is. So we have astragalus. It is echinacea. For children, astragalus and echinacea are very good, but when you make the tea, then you start putting the echinacea, and then you can give the child astragalus. And it's very good for your lymphatic system. Then we have this. I want to promote this. This is called red rubus, and this is from Africa. White people are using it like this till tomorrow. Chinese are using this, and we don't know about it.
Red what? Sorry.
Rubus.
Yes.
Now they have it, I don't know who invented it, but they have it in orange, but I don't know the orange one, I know the red one. And it's very good for diabetes, it's good for your immune system, it's good for your stomach, it's good for your overall health. So we have that in the tea as well. I mean, we don't like the name, and I know Rasta is just going to throw me out of here. Devil's Claw. I didn't name it Devil's Claw, but Devil's Claw is good for inflammation, and it's one of the best things for your lymphatic system. So we have the Devil's Claw inside here, and then it goes with the cat's claw. I'm not talking about cat and the devil. It's a plant, cat's claw, arthritis, inflammation, the lymphatic system. Anybody that has arthritis and have a lot of pain, devil's claw and cat's claw are the 2 things that you can give them. We have red clover. Red clover for the lymphatic system because it's a blood cleanser and it's very, very good for the entire body. I mean, this is something that cleans the blood. Anything that cleans the blood is good for the skin and it's good for your circulation. And red clover is one of it. Now, we have thyme. Thyme, this is the same little thyme that you cook with. And thyme is also good for the respiratory system and it cleans the lymphatic system. So you have the thyme that you cook with. And you have sage. I'm not talking about the sage that you burn, because you have purple sage, you have what? Black sage, you have white sage, and you have ceremonial sage. I'm talking about the sage that you cook with. It's also good for the lymphatic system. It keeps the lymphatic system. Guinea hen weed. Guinea hen weed, well, this one came from Jamaica. It's good for cancer. And anything that's good for cancer cleans the lymphatic system. So this cleans the lymphatic system. You won't believe it. Cinnamon stick. See, cinnamon stick that you put in your porridge. Cleans the body, it's good for the sugar, it controls the sugar balance. If you have diabetes, you can do a lot of this. And this is also good for the lymphatic system. And the two things here that I have is moringa. Everybody knows moringa? Excellent for everything. I was looking for, I have nettle in this, but because I didn't have the nettle, but the lymphatic, this for the lymphatic system is just that you're using nettle, and this is called moringa. Use the powder in your smoothie, drink the tea every single day. I mean, eat it, blend it, do whatever you have to do with it. And another thing that I just want to put inside here is the soursop. I didn't put it in there, but I just wanted to talk about the soursop because this is something that you should use every single day. It's good for your heart, it's good for your cardiovascular system, it's good for high blood pressure, cancer. This good for cancer, but when you talk about the guinea hen, this would be the number one. If somebody have cancer, I would give them red clover, guinea hen, and moringa if I don't give you anything else. This is number one. White folks are doing a lot of studies when it comes to the guinea hen. I just found out about it for the past few years. But when it comes to the moringa, go on the internet. They're doing a lot of study. We cannot get this the way we need to get it. I have some from Ethiopia. They're going to Ethiopia and they have some farms, they're white folks, and they're really doing the guinea hen. Okay, so those are the things that
What's that one called?
Huh?
Guinea hen.
I mean the guinea hen and the moringa. They're both, but I'm going to send it around. So I'm just going to give some information on it. I just want you to know is that it's not enough to say, I don't eat this and I don't eat that. Learn your herbs, know your herbs, use your herbs. Sorry, come on.
We have all that written down for us to get.
I have information. This one thing we have the detox the body, and this one thing we have a big immune system. So you're gonna get this. But you know, I'm not gonna take up any more of your time, but I just want you to know it's not enough to say I'm vegetarian, it's not enough to say I'm Rasta and I don't eat this and I don't eat that. It's important for you to know herbs. You have to know. You have to know. It's there for everyone, but we just don't pay attention. You know, go to Prospect Park, go to parks, and you can get some of these things for free. So we're just gonna send these around so we can study them. And I just want you to know that we're gonna give you some jazz information. Every time we have workshop, people that like us that need to be there are just not there. And it's not even about money, it's about you getting information. I urge you, if you have mother, father, grandparents, call Sister Jazz and do her workshop. Alrighty, so this is yours.
So I just want to tie this up. I have here a list of foods of how to get omega fatty acids, which are vital for every function of the body, and especially after you've done the work on the lymphatic system and you've cleared out, you want to then put these into your body, okay?
Yes. I don't remember the name of it, but there's a product that it's a powder product. You mix it with water, and it's supposed to eliminate metals and pesticides. Disseminators or something like, I don't know how to pronounce it. You know what I'm speaking about?
I don't,
It's supposed to be like some natural earth product, but you ingest it by mixing it with water. Yes, and it's supposed to take out metals and detox.
Insecticide too, you can use it for bed bugs and stuff.
Right, exactly. What do you think about that?
I don't know much about it, but what we do, Brother Trevor is the one that does the foot bath. And I know, anyone know the foot bath? Where he uses a special type of water and he put a little thing in the water and everything that's in your body, it draws it out. So the water can start out clear by the end of the day. I think Rasai
Is that the same thing? Is that what you're trying to
yeah,
say?
but this one is like, I know to get the metal and to clean and to get everything up to your feet. And Rasai Joe, I think I don't know where he went, he had it done. And Rasai Joe, because his diet, whatever he eats is not that bad. It wasn't that, because the first person who did it look bad. But some people, when they finish, you can actually call this the yolk stuff coming out. I mean, it's really bad, and it gets parasite, because parasite is one of the main things that causes a lot of problem. But this thing that I'm talking about, I didn't hear about it, but I'm willing to look it up.
It's called diatomaceous.
Okay, good.
It's a white
Because
one,
I
right?
have it at home
Yeah.
too, that's what I'm asking, what do you think about it?
Yeah,
I don't know it.
I
Oh, sorry,
honestly,
sorry.
I go with, there are foods that can do that and there are herbs that can do that. And anything for me that is processed, was done in a factory, that to me already creates a challenge. And yes, it may help to do one thing, but is it creating something else?
Okay, sorry, this bringing up one question. I
Yeah,
don't read
the wood what you show me there, the piece of wood.
Yeah,
it. Here,
burdock.
it's not wood.
Burdock.
Yeah, when you buy it, the leaf come out red?
No, no.
And by the way, with burdock root, you always want to get it from the health food store. And the reason is, like, if you went to the vegetable market, the Chinese, actually the Asians they sell burdock root, but you'll notice that it's all white, right? Which means that it does not, this is all fiber, right?
You get out of that big root, out of that piece.
This is
Again,
That's a small.
That's a small piece?
yes.
So you can put a gallon of water, and then you
Okay, gallon.
let's say you put a gallon, what you're gonna put, let's say you put cinnamon and ginger, and you boil the cinnamon and ginger and the burdock.
Right.
You can get a
Then
gallon,
you
you
have-
can make it
yeah.
as water, but like I said, you can combine it with dandelion root. I would tell you to just combine it with the dandelion, and then you would do yourself more justice. Just say, ginger, cinnamon, boil it with this, and that's it, you can drink the whole gallon like just drinking water every single day. But you are going to go
Would
to
you
the
open the burdock and beat it or anything?
I will read it. Sometimes it looks, like I said, it looks very strong, because it is strong. You can do this, gladly break it.
If you want, if I want it to be more concentrated, I actually grate it.
You can do that. And this tastes real good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've been,
Wait, I was, people sounded like,
since about a year now, I've been using a lot of those roots and doing what a lot of the item was saying, whereby I would rise up and before I eat anything, I would drink water, and I wouldn't do anything else for about 40 minutes to an hour. And then immediately I would eat a lot of fibrous foods like apples, pears, some melons. And I've noticed and then on the full moons, the black walnut and the red clover, and I've lost a lot of,
Yeah.
because I drive the bus.
Yeah.
And even though I'm vegan and I eat a lot of raw foods, I was
Yeah.
gaining
Yeah.
belly because I would eat and I would sit on the bus.
Sedentary.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I was losing through the fiber foods in the water. But I've been using something called Psyllium husk.
Yes, psyllium husk.
How do you view that? It's been helping me as well, but I didn't know, like, because people been recommending it, but I think it's not processed as well.
Psyllium husk works really well for some people, and some people it doesn't.
But there's different brands I've tried as well. and
Yeah.
I've seen the
but you
difference.
remember, when you
Yeah.
put psyllium husk in a glass and you put water,
It
it's
jams
up.
It
Right.
does the same thing for your
Your stomach.
stomach.
Right.
And it's not good all the time when you have
Yeah.
this expanding. So it's not everything that's on the market is good for us. If you have a good diet and you're eating good,
Right.
you don't really need that.
So you don't
And
eat it often, don't use it
I
often.
don't think you really need
No.
to.
Right.
But what I would do if I were you, you drink the water, but if you put the lemon in the water, that's even better.
Detoxification.
And if you put a little bit of apple cider vinegar the first thing in the morning, and if you want to put cayenne, that's better, because when you put the apple cider vinegar, it balances your pH. Because you could be eating a lot of food that's that the pH number are very, very high, you know. And that's the thing that vegetarians that we would do. You're eating a lot of vegetables, but vegetables, some of them have a very, very high pH, and your pH is going down. What happened to the acid? You need acid in your stomach to burn the food. So you have to have, if you have 70% the pH which is alkaline, you need to have at least 30% of acid. So when you are eating and you're just bringing up the pH like that, then you're going to get a lot of gas, you're going to get bloated, you're going to get sick, because you have to have that balance. The acid is good. People telling you, oh, you have to have an alkaline body. No, you need
the
acid because it's like the furnace that burns the food, and that's the acid.
Okay.
So when you get up in the morning and you put the water, put apple cider vinegar, if you have a little bit of cognac, it gets the mucus off of your chest and from your intestine, and then just drink that. But
Because I noticed when you mix, sometimes I tried apple juice, sometimes I tried the water.
you don't need the apple juice.
Okay.
You need the apple cider vinegar and lemon, but not, and maybe a little bit of
So you said
cognac.
a little bit of cayenne and a little bit of lemon and water with the water.
With the water.
Okay.
That's it.
Give that.
And what you want to do also to get your digestive system going and to help you absorb more nutrients is you need to have a cup of tea. So you have the water, you wait 40 minutes, 30 minutes, and then you have a hot cup of tea, because that is
Before I eat the fruits.
before you eat, yes,
Okay.
exactly, before you eat the fruits.
Good, thanks.
And be careful with a lot of food, it's high in
Yeah.
sugar.
Excuse me?
Be careful with a lot of
They're very
food, it's very high in sugar. Every single day.
And especially that you're sitting, you're not out moving.
Well, no, I exercise very regularly, especially with them. I go to the gym twice a week. I run a lot, but
That's not enough.
No?
Not if
What is
you're
it, twice a
doing,
week?
yeah.
No, but on the bus, like when I drive the same one right here, on my layovers, every time I get to the end of the route,
Yeah.
I'll do about 100 push-ups and 10 pull-ups at the end. So I do exercise even when I'm at work, because I notice that helps, you know, with the metabolism as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, but you're saying that's still not enough with the,
No.
just be mindful of how
Right,
you eat.
exactly.
I would eat about 2 apples, 3 apples with a pear.
Yeah,
But
yeah, apples are high in sugar, so you want to look at other fruits and change your fruits up, so you're not eating the same
Right.
things all the time.
grapefruits.
You know, grapefruit, the pear, the sugar content in pear is not as high as apples, and the sugar content in pomegranate is higher than apple.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so.
Okay, sorry, I just want to turn it over to Empress, Empress Madama. The president had one question here, oh, sorry, I know you have one,
Yes,
sorry.
and he has, yeah,
That's
he's been with
sorry,
us.
sorry,
So I had thyroid, but I juice a lot of kale, so you're telling me not to juice
Juice
kale?
kale.
No,
You
no,
don't juice
no.
kale at all?
Is it IPO or hyper?
Well, it goes up and down.
You don't need to
Yeah.
juice kale,
Okay.
absolutely not.
I
We
juice
can
kale
talk.
like every day.
Hell no, no, that's like killing you. No, it's not good.
You know, you mentioned that a lot of the sisters, our age and a little younger, are having all sorts of problems with the womb, problems with cysts, fibroids, cervical cancer, and different things like that, all that was brought up. But I am noticing increasingly that even young ladies in their 20s, our daughters in their 20s, is coming up even more so.
Because of the diet.
Processed
That's what they eat, they process food and they
No, but
stress.
suppose they don't eat processed foods.
Like I mentioned, you might be vegetarian, you might be eat that, what are you eating? This person just mentioned that he juice kale every single day and he has thyroid, that's like killing himself. So we are eating stuff, but we don't know what we're eating and what the combination of food. Maybe somebody, like I said, they're saying, we need all this alkaline. Maybe the body's too alkaline, maybe they need to bring it down to balance it. We don't know what is going on, but red clover, ladies' man tails, mother's wort, all of these herbs are good for the reproductive organ. You know, Vitex, which is a hormonal balancer, so if you do a lot of Vitex, it's going to balance your reproductive organs. So you might be taking care of one thing, but then you're having problems someplace else. It's not good to do a lot of raw every single day. You can do raw, but you can have even if you do 90% of raw, then you have another 10% to play with. Because raw, if you go and do some research, the green have something that is called oxalate, and too much of that is not good. It can poison the system. So you have to, within everything with moderation. Like I used to abuse tofu. I would eat it every single day, 24/7. I mean, really eat tofu. I was addicted because I don't eat fish, but I was eating a lot of tofu. I was getting inflammation. My joints was hurting me. This was swelling. I was feeling all kind of yucky stuff. I stopped eating tofu for the past a good
2 months.
Give me credit, at least 5. And I can tell the difference. I can really tell. But like I said, I think I don't eat fish. I want to eat tofu.
I have a question
Crazy.
pertaining to black men,
Black
black
men?
folks or black people, African American, but I'm black American. But anyway, lactose. They said because I have the African descent.
Lactose
and all that.
intolerance?
Lactose intolerant.
Yeah, that most African people from Africa can't take lactose like over here.
But it's dairy. It's
American,
dairy.
that's what I'm trying to say.
You should be doing.
I can't take milk, that's what I'm saying.
My daughter's like that, but
One question I want to ask you, juice does that to me too. Apple juice gives me diarrhea.
The
Just, what's
sugar
going on with the
content
sugar?
is high.
I mean, your stomach is not
Your stomach is
digested.
not,
It
your
may not be
digestive
digested
system
into
is
it.
off balance. Yeah.
That's what I'm really asking for. That's what it
Then
is.
you just have to work
So how
it.
can I fix
So
it?
position them in the royal presentation. Give thanks and welcome to residents, Xavier Muscat, and lastly, be praised.
Every single Friday, there is a program, sorry, the program is going to mention it. Every single Friday, we are Global Men's Radio from 8 to 10 p.m. You get a lot of this information every single Friday for free. All you have to do is go to Global Men's Radio or hit me up on Facebook. I am live and we give a lot of information. Like I say, we have guests that come in and they talk about health and wellness. People call in. We already have, a lot of people that is just growing. So just tune in every Friday, 8 to
What
10.
time?
8 to 10 every Friday.
Give thanks and praise once again unto the Almighty for the sisters and queens coming forward to enlighten I further and for such an informative session. Yes, because as we know that Empress Menen championed education and of course health.